Have you ever noticed something strange happening with the world's richest people? I'm talking about billionaires, the ones who seem to have it all. They're quietly spending hundreds of millions, sometimes even billions, on massive, high-tech underground bunkers. These aren't just your grandpa's old storm cellars. We're talking about luxurious underground mansions designed to survive literally anything. From Mark Zuckerberg's alleged $100 million compound in Hawaii with a massive underground shelter, to tech billionaires buying up huge plots of land in New Zealand, it's a huge trend that most of us know nothing about. It's like they're all getting ready for a party that we're not invited to. This isn't just a few paranoid rich guys. We're seeing a massive spike in companies that build these doomsday shelters, and their client list is packed with names you'd recognize from the Forbes list. They're creating secret survival plans, hiring private security forces, and stockpiling resources like it's the end of the world. It's insane when you think about it. These are the people with the most to lose, but also the most resources to protect themselves. They have access to information, data, and experts that the average person can only dream of. They're playing a completely different game than the rest of us. So, the biggest question we have to ask ourselves is this: what do they know that we don't? Are they just being overly cautious with their immense fortunes? Or are they seeing something on the horizon that the rest of us are completely blind to? In this video, we are going to dive deep into the hidden world of billionaire bunkers, explore their secret survival strategies, and try to figure out what they are so afraid of. Stick around, because what we uncover might change the way you see the world forever. You are not going to want to miss this. Don't forget to subscribe to Behind the Taste. So, what exactly are these billionaires buying? Let me tell you, these are not your average basements. We're talking about subterranean fortresses that make James Bond's lairs look like a kid's treehouse. I'm talking multi-level complexes buried hundreds of feet underground, designed to be completely self-sufficient for years, maybe even decades. The first thing you need to know is the security. These bunkers have blast-proof doors that can withstand a direct nuclear impact, military-grade air filtration systems to protect against chemical or biological attacks, and their own independent power sources, usually a combination of geothermal, solar, and massive diesel generators. It is absolutely insane. Imagine being completely cut off from the world but living in total luxury. These aren't just concrete boxes. Inside you'll find custom swimming pools, bowling alleys, movie theaters, and even hydroponic gardens that can grow fresh food year-round. We've seen blueprints with gyms, spas, and massive wine cellars. It's like they're planning to ride out the apocalypse in a five-star hotel. They have their own water purification systems that can turn any source into drinkable water, and medical bays that are better equipped than some small-town hospitals, complete with surgical suites and long-term medical supplies. It's a completely self-contained world designed for ultimate survival and comfort, and the tech inside is next level. We're talking about state-of-the-art surveillance systems with facial recognition, seismic sensors to detect intruders or earthquakes, and command centers with global communication networks that can still operate when everything else is down. Some of these bunkers are even networked together, creating private underground communities for the elite. They're building a new world under our feet, with every detail meticulously planned. The level of engineering and redundancy is mind-boggling. They have backups for their backups, ensuring that no single point of failure can compromise their survival. Okay, so we know what these bunkers are, but the billion-dollar question is, why? Why are the most powerful people on Earth preparing to go underground? One of the biggest reasons is the fear of societal collapse. Think about it. With growing political instability, civil unrest, and extreme polarization around the world, they see the potential for chaos. If supply chains break down, or if there's widespread rioting, their wealth and status won't protect them on the surface. They see a future where being a known billionaire could make you a target. They're not just protecting themselves from a single event, but from a total breakdown of social order. Another massive driver is the threat of global pandemics. We all just lived through one, but billionaires are thinking about the next one, which could be far deadlier and more contagious. They have access to expert virologists and epidemiologists who are modeling worst-case scenarios. A purpose-built bunker with a military-grade air filtration system is the ultimate quarantine zone. It allows them and their families to completely isolate themselves from a virus-ravaged world outside, while still maintaining a high quality of life. They saw how quickly things could shut down, and they're spending millions to ensure they never get caught in that situation again. And then there's the really scary stuff, catastrophic global events. We're talking about nuclear war, which is terrifyingly more possible now than it has been in decades. Or a massive asteroid impact, a supervolcano eruption like Yellowstone, or even extreme, irreversible climate change leading to natural disasters on an unprecedented scale. These are low-probability, high-impact events that would be civilization-ending. For billionaires who think in terms of risk management, spending a fraction of their fortune to get a 100% survival guarantee for their family against an extinction-level event is just a logical investment. It's the ultimate insurance policy. It's not just about having a bunker, it's about the entire survival plan that goes with it. We're uncovering some insane strategies that the ultra-wealthy have in place. First up is the escape plan. These billionaires don't plan on waiting for a disaster to hit. They have private jets on standby, 24/7, ready to fly them, their families, and essential staff to their bunker locations at a moment's notice. Some even have helicopters to bypass traffic-clogged roads. The plan is to be underground before the general public even knows what's happening. They have detailed evacuation protocols and rally points, all kept completely secret. Next is the human element, their private security. We're not talking about a couple of bodyguards, we're talking about entire teams of ex-special forces, like Navy SEALs or Delta Force operators, who are on retainer. Their job isn't just to protect the billionaire on a daily basis, but to secure the bunker and defend it from any potential threats during a crisis. These teams are highly trained in combat, survival, and logistics. They are a crucial part of the plan, ensuring that once the doors are sealed, nobody gets in who isn't supposed to be there. This is a massive expense, but for them, it's non-negotiable. And what about after they're secure? The long-term plan is all about rebuilding. Some of these survival plans include storing a digital ark of human knowledge. Everything from scientific formulas and engineering schematics to art and literature. They are also rumored to be stockpiling seeds for essential crops in massive seed vaults, similar to the global one in Svalbard, but private. The goal for some isn't just to survive, but to have the resources and knowledge to reboot civilization on their own terms once the dust settles. It's an incredibly ambitious and frankly, a little terrifying long-term vision. This isn't the first time the powerful have prepared for the worst. History is filled with examples that have inspired this modern-day bunker craze. Let's go back to the Cold War. Both the US and the Soviet Union built massive secret underground command centers to ensure their governments could survive a nuclear war. The Greenbrier Resort in West Virginia secretly housed a massive bunker for the entire US Congress for 30 years. It was fully stocked and ready to go at a moment's notice. This established the blueprint. If the government needed a doomsday plan, why shouldn't powerful individuals? The fall of civilizations throughout history also serves as a huge warning. Look at the Roman Empire. At its peak, it seemed invincible, but it collapsed due to a combination of economic problems, political instability, and overexpansion. The wealthy elite who saw the writing on the wall and moved their assets or fled to fortified villas were the ones who weathered the storm, while those who stayed in the cities lost everything. Billionaires today are students of history, and they see parallels in our own society. They understand that no civilization lasts forever, and they are planning for the when, not the if. Even more recent events have fueled this trend. The 2008 financial crisis showed how quickly our seemingly stable economic systems can be brought to the brink of collapse. For the super rich, it was a wake-up call that the institutions they relied on were fragile. Then came the COVID-19 pandemic, which proved that a global crisis could instantly shut down borders, disrupt supply chains, and turn neighbors against each other. Each of these events has acted as a proof of concept for doomsday scenarios, reinforcing the belief among the elite that they need a way to completely detach from the system and be self-reliant. This brings us back to the ultimate question. We've seen the bunkers, we've heard the reasons, but what's the secret? What do they know? One compelling theory is that they have access to classified intelligence and advanced predictive modeling that we don't. Think about it. Many of these billionaires own major tech and data companies, or they sit on boards with government advisors. They get briefings on national security threats, climate change models that are too alarming for public release, and economic forecasts that predict severe long-term downturns. They might be seeing data that points to a confluence of crises happening all at once. Another theory revolves around something called asymmetric risk. For you or me, spending our life savings on a bunker would be insane, but for someone worth $10 billion, spending $100 million is just 1% of their net worth. It's a rounding error. So, even if there's only a 1% chance of a civilization-ending event in their lifetime, the investment makes perfect sense from their perspective. They're not necessarily certain something will happen, they are just wealthy enough to eliminate the risk entirely. It's the ultimate expression of privilege, the ability to buy your way out of a shared catastrophic fate. But the most unsettling theory is that they don't just know something is coming. They might be part of the system that's causing it. Some speculate that with growing inequality and automation, they see a future with mass unemployment and social unrest as an inevitable consequence of their own economic activities. The bunkers aren't just for surviving an external threat like an asteroid, they're for insulating themselves from the societal consequences of the world they helped create. It's a dark thought, but they might be preparing to ride out the very storm they helped conjure, waiting for the world to reset so they can emerge and remain on top. So there you have it. We've journeyed deep underground into the world of billionaire bunkers, and it's clear that this is more than just a hobby for the rich and famous. This is a calculated, well-funded movement driven by fear, data, and an overwhelming desire for self-preservation. From luxurious underground palaces equipped with every amenity imaginable, to detailed escape plans involving private jets and ex-special forces, the 1% are preparing for a future that most of us can't even fathom. They're not just building shelters, they're building new, isolated worlds. They are hedging their bets against every conceivable catastrophe: nuclear war, climate collapse, pandemics, and the complete breakdown of society itself. They are leveraging their immense wealth and access to information to buy the one thing that should never be for sale: a guaranteed future. It's a stark reminder of the massive divide in our world, where some people are worried about paying their rent, while others are planning how to reboot civilization from the comfort of a leather-lined command center buried 1,000 feet beneath the ground. It really puts things into perspective. Ultimately, we're left with the same chilling question we started with. Is this just the most extreme and expensive insurance policy in history, a logical step for those who have everything to lose? Or is there something more? Do they have a secret, a piece of the puzzle that we're all missing, that tells them the clock is ticking faster than we think? Are they just being cautious, or do they know something we don't? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe because you never know when you'll need this information.